Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. A lot of, you know, talking about serious stuff. But it's time to get back in the swing of things, get to the backlogs of the reviews I have to do. About one small note, I did the pickups from Sakura. Actually, it's double. Well, yeah. It's Sakura pickups, and there's an extra pickup there along with it. I'll upload it eventually. Probably tomorrow, later today, I'll do those. But this is going to be a very late review. I know the only review past this weekend that I didn't get to that I'm not going to do is One Piece. But I'm going to do the seasonals because I want to do the seasonals. So last night I did Dragon Art Academy, and now we're going to do this Captain Earth. Wow, this was a great episode. Yeah, almost perfect. 4.5 out of 5 for this one. Essentially, what happens in this episode is we get the conclusion of last week when Teppei, we find out that Teppei is just like the Kilt gangs. He has a, robot. We also find some interesting tidbits about that. And supposedly, they're saying that the robot that they control, which they're not actually in, is it's very, very, very confusing because they referenced because what happens is they call them planetary gears. They show up and they try to attack the base on Earth and try to take Teppei away. And basically what happens is they tell him, they reference that he's Avatar. So this is the theory I'm going to shout out right now. I'm wondering if maybe the robots are their actual bodies. But that may be too crazy because it seemed like it might be. It might be that their human forms are an illusion. But who knows? I'm just shooting at the gun with that idea. So we will find out that after the events of that Teppei is very depressed about it because he feels like he's not him anymore, And he's in basically they're putting him in like really quarantine where they're investigating him, and Hana, I believe, that's her name. They have Hana. Yeah, Hana. They have her in on an emergency bed. And they're examining her body apparently. And Daichi obviously is worried about both of them, and we have Akira. She's there, she's wiggling her belly button. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So it was probably pretty depressing kind of moment. And eventually, what ends up happening is Daichi gets over it. He goes sees Teppei, and they have a moment, friendship kind of moment. So what eventually happens is Daichi and Akira. That's how you say her name. Akari. I keep saying Akira. Akari. They go to this vendor, and we see this truck, which seems to be a crepe truck. Yeah, they're in the truck, the ones who pilot the Kill Gangs. So, yeah, they obviously are trying to attack them. So they make these crepes. This was a pretty funny part of the episode. And they give it to them. And Akari was going to give the crepe to that squirrel thing. That Hana has. Which I believe is named Pitts. And he's like, he throws it away. He just throws it. He's like, and the girl's like, "Don't waste food." And he just, the freaking Pitts is looking at the girl with the big boobs, the pink hair girl, and you can see, Yeah, they don't trust her. So, it was pretty funny. So on their way back, they go through the checkpoint and go into the base. Now we also find out something interesting about these people. This is on some. This is on some kind of crazy shit. Yeah, crazy shit. Apparently, that girl and that guy treat humans as food. Yeah, so yeah, they feed on humans. Wow, that's not good. So they infiltrate the base pretty much, and that was crazy scene. It was just like, yo, explosions, people get shot and shit. Eventually, what happens is they find teppei, and we see Daichi. He's thrown to the ground. He's got blood coming out of his forehead, and they tell him to come with them because that's Albion. They call him Albion because of when that guy. We also find out their names. The girl's name begins with an M, I believe, Malkin or Makin, and the guy's name is. I can't remember. His name eludes me at the moment. It's a Kari or not a Kari, Akabanza or something. But at least to say, they're planetary gears. That's what they are, planetary gears. And you know, what ends on happening is there's a moment when they show up. You know, Daichi's uncle and the rest, and they're pointing guns, up their guns and shit, like a standoff shit. You know, they tell him to drop the guns, and what ends on happening is Kari gets because they infiltrated the headquarters, and then basically that pink-haired girl, she put a virus in the system, and Akari, she was able to get rid of the virus and put all systems back online. And that's when they got shot out by lasers and shit, and they went away. And during that, they go back to their crepe truck, and out of the crepe truck comes this freaking robot, and you know they're obviously trying to destroy everyone. Yeah. And then Teppei can't take any more of it, so he approaches him and says, "I'll come with you. Just stop killing everyone." And as long as I won't hurt him, but that doesn't matter, he says, because eventually they're all gonna die. They consider them food. The humans, that's what they consider them. They consider them food. I'm like, God damn. So when Teppei is ready to go with them, Daichi stops him. And then he's ready, you know, they're ready to kill Daichi and everything. And Daichi says, you belong with us and everything. And out comes that gun, the Lavastad thing, Livastard gun. And he shoots it at the guy. And he was like, girl, she's got a gun too. I'm like, fuck that big boob bitch. Yes, even though you have big boobs, you're still the enemy. So, get the fuck out. And the robot goes past them, and his arm just explodes off. And I was like, yo. So she gets back on there, and she's aiming it at Teppei and everything, and they leave. And they have a small conversation, the two people, and they refer to the fact that Daichi is like the first human to have completely manifested that gun. Basically. That's what they say. And that, you know, the guy, he says, oh, you never get tired of being a kills gang, in the kills gang. So Albion, he will come back to us, basically, he's saying. And then the last part of the episode, we see that, you know, they tell Daichi's uncle that they basically, Akari fixed the system and everything, and she went home. And then he's talking to the science guy, of his science department over there, and he says he's telling him about daichi and hana and teppei and akari. Like, does this mean something? No. And that's basically where the episode ends. Overall, I like this episode because 4.5 out of 5 for this one, because we got action in this one. Crazy amount of action. I mean, it wasn't crazy. I mean, they were infiltrating the freaking headquarters and they were destroying shit. And it was a standoff. So that was pretty awesome. Also, because we also got some information about this enemy. So apparently, it seems like they consider humans as food. I kind of saw this coming. It's a little fresher than Star Driver, I would say. Because the whole thing with Star Driver is a little bit different concept than this. And this is kind of fresher. So I'm guessing what's going on here is they're attacking Earth to destroy it. To just get rid of all the humans so they can live there. Have their own society. And the thing is I'm like, so they consider humans food. So like what do? You're just gonna eat their arms off, or it's like weird. I'm sorry, I just can't imagine them eating people. But anyway, that's pretty much what happened. And so it was interesting to see a little bit more details. And this was episode 4. So we got more details now earlier on about the enemy, about what they're kind of planning, kind of going through with this. So it should be interesting down the road. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else to add. Except those two are, that girl's a bitch. The pink hair girl. She's a bitch. Get the fuck out. Yeah, get the fuck out. I don't like you. Get the fuck out. Just because you got big boobs doesn't mean I'm gonna like you. Check it. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. Yeah. It was a good episode, to say the least, because, like I said, we got some more information about the enemy, and we can see a big-time friendship going on now between Daichi and Teppei. Also, next week, it seems like we're going to get another person. This is going to be... This person looks a lot like Teppei. He's got this person, I don't know if it's a she or he, but it's got the same kind of color of hair. Eye color is different, but same color hair. And I think Teppei goes there to rescue them or get them out, because they're being attacked by these spies and stuff. So this should be interesting. I like where this is going. I really do. Captain Earth is one of the series from the spring that I'm highly anticipating. So yeah, that's the story. I'm Bonkai922. I will see you guys later. Oh, by the way, a lot of subs. I got a lot of subs. I can't believe how many subs I got. What the fuck? See you guys later. Peace.